Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another episode of The Fire of Grief. I hope you're doing well. Um, October is flying by. Hard to believe that we are almost halfway in the month. I'm on a little bit of a weekend vacation in the southern part of Vermont, and it's so beautiful here. The mountains and just the colors, as you can imagine, this time of year in Vermont, it's very beautiful. It really is a green mountain state. Um, anyway, how are you doing? Let's just do a quick body scan before we begin. And so I welcome you, I invite you to close your eyes or keep them open, whatever resonates the most with you today. I'm recording this actually in the morning time, so it's morning for me. Close your eyes, settle in, find a comfortable space to bring your body to. Let's exhale all the air out of our mouths. And we'll take 3 cleansing breaths. So let's inhale through the nostrils and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. And one more time, deep breath in. And breath out. Now allow your body to relax. Allow your body to breathe you. Let go of trying to breathe. Let go of trying to do. So let's let go of the doing. And I want you to bring your awareness to the top of your head. And just notice any sensation in the top of your head. You're not trying to figure out what the sensation is. You're just coming into a body awareness. And then bring that awareness into your face. Notice any sensations in your face. Down into the neck. Notice if there's any tension in your jaw. Maybe just release. If you're clenching, separate the upper and lower palates, upper and lower jaw. And bring the awareness down to your chest area. Notice if there's any constriction in the chest. And then let the awareness slide down into the shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrist, hands, palm of the hands. Just bringing our attention to the parts of the body. And then notice the belly area. Notice what you sense, feelings, tightness, softness. And coming down into your hips, noticing the hips. Down into the thighs. Bring your awareness into your knees, shins, ankles, feet. And let's go to the back of the body now and notice your calves. The space behind the knees that we tend to always neglect or forget. back of the thighs, glutes, the small of your back, your spine, middle back, upper back, back of the neck, back of the head, and finally we make our way back to the top of the head. Now notice the whole body as one, the whole body as one complete unit. And take a few breaths with feeling the whole body as one. Now you can release that. Hope that felt really good. It's really nice to do a body scan, particularly in the morning and at night before you go to bed, just to engage relaxation. So today I want to talk about understanding. I heard that word some time ago and I'm trying to remember who said it, but the word struck me. We normally say understanding. We understand something, but understanding stood out for me because so much of this work that we do with grief is about coming in, right? So it's this movement inward. We're moving inward into the internal realm, right? So out there is the external realm, right? Out there meaning out in the world. And we live so much of our lives out in that world, this external living. And what I want to invite you to do to begin this process of experimenting with yourself is to come in so we can have this inner stand-in with ourselves. Right? And I didn't come up with that term, and if it pops into my head, I'll want to give that person credit for that. But to come in and have a inner stand-in, a deeper knowing of who we are. This is crucial for us in this process, this journey of grief, is to understand what is taking place inside of me and not have an aversion to it. Okay? So really what we're doing, and this is really what I want to talk about today, is what is my level of receivership during this process? Because here's the thing, our bandwidth is very low during grief. Our frequency is low, our vibrational level is low because we're in mourning, we're in pain, we're in heartbreak. There is something elemental shifting for us at the very core of our beings. And so we tend to want to turn the button, right, or the dial all the way to off in terms of receiving. And I'm talking about receiving from the smallest things to the biggest things, right? From the smallest things as saying yes to when a friend says, let's go for a walk. Saying yes to being out in nature. We've talked a lot about this. Saying yes to when someone says, can I just come and sit with you? You don't have to talk. Someone wants to come and cook for you. Say yes to that. Someone wants to take you out to the movies. Say yes to that. What is our level of receivership during this journey of grief? Because what we tend to do is that we just want to hold it all to ourselves. No, I don't need anything. Yeah, we do. We need support. We need care. We need connection. These are vital things for us to be able to have a sense of sustainability during the journey of grief. Right? So today's message is the potent message of I am opening myself to receiving. I open myself to receiving. That's the mantra. Or I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving. Because the more we do that, the more we open ourselves to receiving, the more the heart doesn't stay locked and closed. You see? And the more we can allow for healing to come in. Doesn't mean that you are forgetting about your loved one or what has happened. It means that you are choosing, in this act, however small the act of receiving is, you are choosing life for yourself. You're choosing life for yourself, which is just as important, because I know when we lose someone or we lose a job or we lose something that we've attached power to, and we're going to do another episode on that, grief and power. When we lose something that had an energy of power, we want to shut down. We don't know how to live anymore. And so the journey of grief is rewriting how. It's bringing us into a different formation with ourselves. So, and it's step by step, right? Little by little, little by little. You don't have to toss and just, open everything all at once. It's little by little. What part of me can I open myself to today? What part of me can I open myself to today? And begin calling forth the things that you want to experience in your life. I need company today. Call a friend. Hey, can you come and sit with me? Don't be afraid or ashamed to ask for help. Don't feel like you have to be Superwoman, or if you're a man, listen to this, Superman, and do this all by yourself. And what I know through my own personal experience, that I couldn't do it by myself. So the universe, God, spirit, divine, what source wants to bless us during this time. And yes, even when we're in a state of anger, and it's okay, because anger could be sacred and holy. And we also need to, right, offer this and not hold it. Because oftentimes, where does anger live in the body? In what particular organ? The liver. Right? Rage and anger lives there. And so the universe wants to bless us always, because we are the universe. We are that consciousness. That consciousness exists within us. And the body wants to release, the body wants to heal. It wants to bring us back into coherence. So your mantra that I would like to leave you with, to continue to write it down. The first thing you do in the morning when you wake up, Before you get busy, don't look at your phone in the morning. Um, and the last thing you do before you go to bed, I am open to receiving. I am open to receiving. Right? So I'd like for you to do that in the morning, right after you wake up. Keep a little journal near your bedside and before you go to bed. Why? Because the mind is at its optimal space um, to actually receive. It's not caught up yet in worldly activities. And then the other mantra that I'd like to leave you with, it's one that came in a channel message. I am peace. I am joy. I am love. I am peace. I am joy. I am love. And really, what that's doing is just you're saying to yourself who you truly are. It's a remembrance. And more than anything, when we're in the grieving process, we need to remember who we are because there's such a sense of emptiness that we feel. So let's return to ourselves. I'm not saying this is an easy process, right? Lived it, walked it, everything, it. But it doesn't mean that we can't experience life, right? Remember, it's not this or, it's this and. Life is happening for us. Okay. Right? So I bought a new deck of cards that we're going to do today. I love the one that I have. But this one is called The Secret Language of Light, Transmissions from Your Soul. All right. So again, we're going to ask Spirit what message it has. I hope you've been enjoying these little card readings. I certainly have. The messages have been quite clear. This is actually the first time I'm using this deck, so you are lucky that we get to experience it together first. Okay. What message do you have for us today? There we go. Vesica pieces. Okay, what is that? Vesica pieces. This is what it looks like. What that is, because I have no idea. Creating soul truth in the world. The Vesica pieces is a symbol that shows how consciousness splits to know itself and expand life. From this place, it can reflect upon itself, seeing itself rather than just out from itself. The Vesica pieces is the basis of the seed of life and the flower of life. No matter how many times it splits and moves outward, there's always a link back to itself within the intersection of circles. Well, I think that is just perfect to how we began. This inner standing, coming back to ourselves, right? I love how Source always brings the message back, right? So it says, place a hand on this. Well, I can't place a hand on the image, but imagine the image in your mind, right? Here it is again. Gently close your eyes and breathe deeply. Imagine you are sitting in the middle of a circle. This circle contains the eternal path of your soul, your consciousness. When you decided to come to Earth to play in the physical, you created another circle. Imagine another circle forming next to you to represent your physical self. Part of the second circle overlaps the first. Sit in the overlap and feel your soul and physical body at the same time. You are aligned, in balance, in your heart, in love, and enlightened. Feel how free and peaceful you are. Be in this beautiful space you have created for at least 1 minute. When you are ready, breathe back into your physical self and know you are rebirthed each day through the cosmic womb that is the overlapping circle. You enter each day in truth, in the overlap, and then shift towards one of the realities depending on your thoughts at the moment. Come back to your center. Your life is happening now, and you're constantly weaving its direction. Where would you like your life to go? Create a new path. Open your eyes and smile. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. It is done. Thank you so much. And wishing you an amazing day, amazing evening, wherever you happen to be. Sending you love on this journey. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Be well.